99% of men fail with women because they ignore this one simple truth. They text first. They ask her what she wants to do. They try to be romantic. They chase. They wait for her to choose them. And then they wonder why she loses interest. If you've ever been ignored, ghosted, or left on red, if you've ever had a woman who acted like she wanted you one day, then disappeared the next, if you've ever felt like you did everything right, but still ended up being rejected, it's because you were lied to about what women actually want. Women don't want nice. They don't want romantic. They don't want a guy who puts them on a pedestal. They want the man who understands how attraction actually works. If you don't know this, you will always struggle with women. But if you understand it, your entire love life will transform forever. Comment: I refuse to be weak, if you're ready to watch this till the end. Society has been programming men to fail with women. They tell you to be kind, to listen to her problems, to be a gentleman and treat her like a queen. But if that worked, then why are the guys who do this the ones women leave? Meanwhile, the men who barely care, barely text, barely put in effort, those are the ones she's obsessed with. Why? Because attraction isn't logical, it's biological. Women are wired to want the strongest option available, not the nicest, not the most romantic, the strongest. If you don't learn this, you will stay weak, stay ignored, and keep wondering why women don't want you. But if you pay attention to everything I'm about to tell you and actually start applying it, you will never struggle with women again. Number 1. Masculinity is non-negotiable. There was a time when men knew what it meant to be men. They were strong, decisive, and unshaken by emotions. They led, protected, and commanded respect. Women gravitated toward them naturally because there was no confusion about who was the man and who was the woman. Fast forward to today and look around. Men are confused, weak, and emotionally fragile. They've been taught that they need to be nicer, more in touch with their feelings, more accommodating, and more understanding. They've been told that their masculinity is toxic, that being aggressive, dominant, or assertive is problematic. And what has happened as a result? Women have lost all respect for modern men. Divorce rates are at an all-time high. Women initiate over 70% of breakups because they cannot stand weak men. A woman can't feel attraction for a man she doesn't respect. Masculinity is non-negotiable. It's what makes women feel safe. It's what keeps them emotionally stable. It's what makes them want to follow you. Women are emotional. They are unpredictable. They crave chaos, drama, excitement. That's why they are drawn to men who don't react, who don't get emotional, who don't fold under pressure. A masculine man is unbreakable if she's throwing a fit. He stays calm. If she's testing him, baiting him, trying to provoke him, he doesn't flinch. If she tries to push him away, he lets her go, because he knows she'll come back. And when she does, she comes back with respect. There's a reason women stay obsessed with men who don't care, because those men are in control. Women will only ever be with a man they look up to. If she sees you as weak, if she sees you as fragile, if she sees you as someone she can control, she will lose all attraction for you. That's why it doesn't matter if you have money, it doesn't matter if you're good-looking, it doesn't even matter if you're successful. If you're weak, you're invisible to her. Number 2, never seek validation. The fastest way to lose a woman's respect is to chase her validation. Men today are desperate for female approval. They double text, they over-explain, they try too hard to impress her. They look to women for reassurance, and women hate this. A woman wants a man who already believes in himself, a man who doesn't need her approval to feel valuable, a man who knows his worth with or without her. When you chase validation, You are telling her that you are beneath her, that she is the prize, and you are just hoping she picks you. Guess what? Women don't chase men they feel are beneath them. Women are attracted to men who don't care if they're chosen or not. Why do women always obsess over the guy who ignores them? Because he is a challenge. She has to work to earn his attention. She has to compete for him. And when a woman has to compete for a man, she values him. On the other hand, the man who always gives her attention, always compliments her, always tries to impress her, she gets bored. She loses attraction because she didn't have to earn anything. It was handed to her. Women do not fall in love with men they don't have to work for. This is why the guys who try the hardest always lose. The guy who plans the perfect dates, texts her good morning every day, showers her with attention, she stops caring. But the guy who barely texts, who is unpredictable, who seems slightly out of reach, she can't stop thinking about him, because she feels like she might lose him. This is how female psychology works. Women don't respect men who seek validation. So stop looking for reassurance. Stop asking for permission. Stop caring more than she does. The moment she realizes you're too available, she will pull away. And if you chase, she's gone for good. Number 3. Lead or be forgotten. A woman does not want to be the leader in a relationship. She wants to follow. But in today's world, most men are too afraid to lead. They ask women what they want to do. They let women make the plans. They hesitate. They overthink. They try to be considerate, thinking that giving her control will make her like them more. But it does the exact opposite. Every time you say, "Where do you want to eat?" Every time you ask, "What do you feel like doing?" Every time you hesitate and wait for her to decide, she feels disgust. Not consciously, but deep in her instincts, she loses attraction. Women do not want to make the decisions. They do not want to figure things out for you. They do not want to be responsible for the direction of the relationship. They want a man who takes control. This is not about being controlling, it's about being decisive. A man knows where he's going. A man knows what he wants. A man sets the direction and brings her along. And that is the kind of man a woman respects. Because if you can't even lead yourself, how can you lead her? Think about it. Have you ever noticed how women complain about guys who don't know what they want? That's because a man who doesn't know what he wants is useless to her. Women are biologically wired to follow strong men. This is why women are attracted to CEOs, athletes, men in power, men with a mission. Not because of the money, not because of the fame, because they are men who lead. A man who controls his environment. A man who commands respect. A man who doesn't hesitate. That is the man she will submit to. And submission is not a bad thing. It's natural. Women want to let go of control, feel safe, and trust a man to take the lead. But she will only submit to a man who proves he is worthy of being followed. So from now on, stop waiting for her to decide. Stop hesitating. Stop overthinking. If you're taking her out, tell her where you're going. If you want to see her, tell her when and where to meet you. If she starts acting disrespectful, walk away without hesitation. A man leads and a woman follows. If you don't lead, she will find a man who does. And that man won't be you. Number 4. Romanticism is for women. Men today are too romantic. They think if they write her sweet messages, bring her flowers, and show her how much they care, she will fall for them harder. This is the biggest mistake men make, because women do not fall for the man who gives them romance. They fall for the man they had to earn romance from. Think about it. How many times have you seen a woman reject the guy who texts her good morning every day, buys her gifts, and makes her feel special, and then obsess over the man who barely gives her any attention? Because women don't value what comes easy. Women value what they have to work for. This is female psychology. She wants to feel like she has to earn your love, not that it's handed to her for free. She doesn't respect the man who tries too hard. She respects the man who knows his worth and makes her prove she deserves him. This doesn't mean never showing affection. It doesn't mean never doing anything romantic. It means romance must be on your terms, not hers. She should be the one trying to impress you. She should be the one buying you gifts. She should be the one investing in you. If you give her romance before she has earned it, she will lose interest, because romance is a reward, not a strategy. Look at the men women stay obsessed with. Look at the bad boys they can't stop thinking about. Are those men sending love notes? Are they planning candlelight dinners? Are they acting like they're in a Disney movie? No, those men barely show emotion. Those men never chase. Those men make women work for their attention. And that is why women fall for them. Women need to feel like they are chasing something. So if you are the one trying to win her over with romance, you are doing it all wrong. A man does not buy a woman's love. A man does not try to make her fall for him. A man lets her prove she deserves his time and attention. And once she does, once she has invested in him, once she feels like she worked for his love, that's when romance actually means something. If you do it before that, you're just another guy trying too hard, and she will leave you for the man who makes her earn his affection. Number 5, control your emotions. The moment you let your emotions control you, you lose everything. Women don't want a man who reacts emotionally like they do. They don't respect a man who gets jealous, insecure, or needy. They will tell you, "I want a man who is in touch with his emotions." They are lying. What they really want is a man who controls his emotions, not a man who is controlled by them. Think about it. How do women behave when they lose interest in a man? They test him. They push his buttons. They do things just to see how he will react. They pull away. They flirt with other guys in front of him. They act hot and cold. And what do weak men do? They chase. They overreact. They beg for answers. They say, "Did I do something wrong?" And the moment they do this, the woman loses all respect for them. A woman will always test a man's emotional strength. And the moment he breaks, the moment he starts acting weak, the moment he acts like he needs her approval, she's done with him. Have you ever wondered why the guy who barely pays her attention, never reacts, and seems emotionally detached is the one she becomes obsessed with? Because he is unshaken. When a woman tests him, when she acts distant, when she plays games, he does not care. If she starts acting up, he walks away. If she starts playing games, he disappears. If she tries to push him, he does not flinch. And that is the kind of man she respects. A woman's emotions are a storm. Your job as a man is to be the mountain, unmoved, unbreakable, indifferent to the chaos. The second you react, the second you show weakness, the second you make her feel like you are desperate for her attention, she loses attraction. When she tests you, you pass by not reacting. When she tries to make you jealous, you stay cool. When she tries to pull away, you let her. And that's when she comes back chasing. Why? Because she realizes you are the kind of man who cannot be broken. And that is the man women fall in love with. Number 6. Why women chase men who ignore them. If a woman knows she has you, she doesn't want you. Women are wired to crave what they can't have. They obsess over men they feel they might lose. This is why women fall for celebrities, bad boys, and men who seem out of reach. It's not about looks. It's not about money. It's about uncertainty. Women need to feel like they are earning your attention. If she feels like she already has you, she stops valuing you. This is why women always chase men who ignore them. Because when a man isn't obsessed with her, when he isn't constantly texting her, when he seems like he has better things to do, she starts wondering why. She starts asking herself, why isn't he chasing me like other guys? Why doesn't he try harder? What does he have that makes him so different? And that is when her attraction grows. When you are too available, she pulls away. But the moment you pull back harder, she starts chasing. This is why men who walk away without hesitation always get the girl. Because she realizes she might lose him, and a woman's worst nightmare is losing a man who doesn't need her. If you want a woman to stay obsessed with you, give her just enough to keep her interested, but never enough to make her feel secure. Because the moment she feels 100% safe and certain, the moment she feels like she can't lose you, she stops wanting you. This is female psychology. If she has to fight for your time, your attention, your energy, she will never leave. But the second you become too available, too predictable, too safe, she will start looking for the next challenge. Women chase men who are slightly out of reach. So be the man who is never fully caught. If you do not take control of yourself, you will always lose with women. Women love men who lead, who don't chase, who don't need them. If you apply everything in this video, your life will change forever. Comment: I control my emotions. I control my life. And if you want more cold, hard truth like this, subscribe now. Because the more you support this content, the more YouTube recommends it to men who desperately need to hear it.